You're in the middle of brushing your teeth when it hits you. What if pigeons had language? 2 minutes later, you're Googling bird communication, completely forgetting the tea kettle on the stove. An hour after that, you're reorganizing your desk so it feels better to invent things. And somehow the sun has gone down and you still haven't eaten. Sound familiar? You've got tabs open for a startup you thought of last week, a poem you started 3 years ago, and a folder called Projects I Swear I'll Finish This Time. You might have ADHD, or maybe you just have a Tesla brain. Welcome to Showertime Stories, where we dig into fun history, untold stories, and the mysteries of the past that somehow still explain our present. Today's episode: Nikola Tesla had ADHD. If your mind's a whirlwind of ideas, distractions, inventions, and daydreams, this one's for you. And hey, if this sounds like your kind of storytelling, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're here to make history feel human. Let's dive in. Nikola Tesla is the kind of name that comes wrapped in lightning. The man has become a symbol, literally and figuratively, for genius. He's the namesake of an electric car company, a global symbol for innovation, and an icon for misunderstood brilliance. Born in 1856 in what's now Croatia, Tesla came to America in his late 20s. He spoke 8 languages, had a photographic memory, could memorize blueprints and perform complex calculations in his head. He dreamed up wireless energy before the world even had light bulbs in homes. He gave us alternating current, the reason you can plug in your toaster without blowing up the neighborhood. He imagined robots, smartphones, and drones before airplanes were a thing. But behind that brilliant mind was a restless, chaotic, compulsive energy that many today would recognize instantly. He was easily distracted. He obsessed over patterns, numbers, and routines. He barely slept. He rarely finished what he started. And that's not a flaw. It's a pattern. Tesla didn't just invent. He lived inside ideas. At 5 years old, he was already building tiny machines using beetles and wire. By age 7, he claimed to have made a water wheel out of household objects, and as he got older, that energy didn't slow down, it intensified. He'd sketch entire machines in his head, down to the bolt, then build them without ever writing a blueprint. He would get so wrapped in an idea that he'd forget to eat, drink, or sleep for days. In one letter, he wrote, "My brain is only a receiver. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. I have not penetrated into the secrets of this core, but I know that it exists." He wasn't just curious, he was consumed by curiosity. But with that fire came unpredictability. He'd start grand projects, run out of money, and immediately jump to the next big idea. He'd abandon working on inventions, sometimes right before completion, because something more interesting sparked in his mind. One of his greatest creations, the Wardenclyffe Tower, was a 190-foot structure designed to transmit wireless power across the globe. He built it. He believed in it. And then, he never finished the full system. Funding fell apart. Tesla moved on. Not because it wasn't brilliant, but because his mind never stopped moving. Let's pause for a second. Does this sound like anyone you know? Maybe you? Here are a few things modern ADHD brains often experience. Hyperfocus on ideas we care about, to the point of forgetting time exists. Difficulty with follow-through, even when the idea is amazing. Sleep disruptions, because our brains won't shut off at night. Sensitivity to sound, light, touch. We feel the world intensely. Impulsivity, especially when it comes to new ideas or sudden changes. Now listen to this. Tesla slept only 2 hours a night, by choice. Ate all his meals alone to avoid overstimulation. He obsessively walked around his block 3 times before entering the building, refused to touch hair, lived most of his adult life unmarried and alone so he could chase ideas without interruption. He once said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." Sound poetic? Sure. Sounds a little ADHD? Absolutely. Here's the part no one tells you. Tesla died broke, living alone in a New York hotel room. Many of his patents were stolen or buried. He had no marketing team, no steady funding, no business strategy. He didn't leave behind a company, but he left behind ideas, blueprints, dreams, visions of a world that still hasn't caught up to him. And the reason? Because he had the kind of brain that wasn't built for finishing. It was built for starting, for imagining, for reaching into the air and grabbing a vision that the rest of us hadn't seen yet. So, maybe you've been told you're too scattered, that you don't finish what you start, that your ideas are too wild, that you need to focus, get serious, or settle down. But here's the truth. Some people build systems. Others blow them up and rebuild them differently. Tesla didn't win by sticking to the rules. He won by thinking outside of everything. Your brain might not be broken. It might be wired for wonder. Sure, you forget to fold laundry or pay parking tickets. But maybe you also dream of worlds no one else has imagined yet. And that dream? That's not a side effect. It's your superpower. So, did Nikola Tesla have ADHD? We can't say for sure. But the patterns are there, and so is the lesson. A wandering mind isn't a weakness. Sometimes, it's the engine of history.